Ever stop to ponder if something as intrinsically human as the release of sexual tension could be more than just a fleeting moment of pleasure? What if that very act held subtle yet profound keys to unlocking better health, a longer life, and a deeper sense of well-being? It's a question that might have once been whispered in hushed tones, a topic confined to the shadows of private conversations. But times, thankfully, have changed. We're now in an era where open dialogue about our bodies and our health, in all its facets, is not only accepted but encouraged. Think about it. For generations, subjects like these were often shrouded in mystery, tangled in old wives' tales and societal taboos. Remember those childhood whispers, the half-truths passed down like fragile heirlooms? There was a pervasive notion, particularly around the male experience, that this release of energy was somehow depleting, a finite resource to be carefully guarded. Perhaps you even heard stories about how frequent expenditure could lead to weakness or a loss of vitality. It's fascinating how deeply ingrained these beliefs were. But let's fast forward to today. We live in a world where information, though sometimes overwhelming, is readily available. And as we delve deeper into the intricacies of the human body, we begin to uncover surprising connections. Take, for instance, the prostate gland. It might not be the first thing that comes to mind when you think about this topic, but this small gland plays a vital role in male health. And guess what? It seems there's a compelling link between its well-being and the very act we're discussing. Imagine a scenario. Meet Antoine, a man in his late 50s. He's always been health conscious, diligently following a balanced diet and hitting the gym regularly. But like many, he hadn't given much thought to the frequency of his sexual activity beyond its obvious purpose. Then, during a routine checkup, his doctor mentioned some interesting research. Studies were suggesting that men who maintained a regular sexual rhythm, including ejaculation, actually showed a lower risk of developing prostate problems. Comment 1 if you think this topic is worth discussing, or 0 if you think it's not that important. The science behind this is quite intriguing. The prostate gland produces a component of seminal fluid, essential for the health and transportation of sperm. When there's regular sexual activity or stimulation, this fluid is produced and released more frequently. Now consider the opposite. What happens if this process stagnates for extended periods? Emerging evidence suggests that this lack of regular flushing might not be ideal for the gland's long-term health. In fact, some rather compelling studies have indicated that men who ejaculate more than 21 times a month might have a significant degree of protection against prostate cancer. Think about that number. It might sound like a lot, but when you break it down, it's roughly 5 times a week. The theory is that this regular expulsion helps to clear out potentially harmful substances that could accumulate within the prostate. It's like regularly cleaning a pipe to prevent blockages. Furthermore, frequent ejaculation has been linked to a higher production of antioxidants, those cellular protectors that can help safeguard prostate cells from damage. Of course, it's crucial to remember that health is a complex tapestry woven from many threads. Diet, exercise, genetics, they all play their part. This connection between sexual frequency and prostate health isn't the sole determinant of whether someone will develop prostate issues, but it certainly adds an interesting piece to the puzzle. Beyond the physical, let's consider the emotional landscape. Remember that feeling of calm and contentment that often follows this natural release? That's not just in your head. Our bodies are intricate chemical factories, and this act triggers the release of powerful hormones like prolactin and oxytocin. Oxytocin, often dubbed the love hormone, promotes feelings of bonding and well-being. Prolactin contributes to that sense of relaxation and tranquility. In our often stressful lives, these natural mood boosters can have a profound impact on our overall health. Imagine Sarah, a busy professional juggling a demanding career and a bustling family life. For her, intimacy with her partner isn't just about connection. It's also a vital way to de-stress and unwind, leaving her feeling more balanced and resilient. Are you with me? Type 2 in the comments to let me know you're still watching. And what about as we journey through life? Our bodies change, hormonal tides shift. But maintaining an active sexual life can be a surprising ally in preserving not just physical health, but also that youthful spark, that vitality that keeps us feeling vibrant. This isn't about advocating for a relentless pursuit of sexual encounters, but rather recognizing that sexual health is an integral component of overall well-being at any age. Now let's flip the coin. What happens when someone consciously chooses to abstain, to practice what's often referred to as seminal retention? This involves intentionally avoiding ejaculation during sexual activity or for extended periods. The motivations behind this practice are varied. Some believe it helps conserve physical, mental, or even spiritual energy. Others see it as a way to enhance sexual performance in the long run. Have you ever tried any form of prolonged abstinence? Share your thoughts in the comments. Meet David, who had read about the purported benefits of seminal retention online. He was intrigued by the idea of harnessing this energy for other pursuits, hoping it would boost his focus and productivity. He found online communities where men shared their experiences, claiming increased vitality and mental clarity. But David's experience was a bit different. While he initially felt a heightened sense of control, he also noticed a buildup of tension and, at times, frustration. This brings us to a crucial point. What does science actually say about seminal retention? The truth is, research in this area is still quite limited. Much of what we know comes from personal accounts and anecdotal evidence. Some individuals report feeling more energetic and focused when they reduce their ejaculation frequency. They might describe a sense of heightened awareness or increased drive. On the other hand, some medical professionals argue that prolonged retention can lead to discomfort, accumulated tension, and even nocturnal emissions, the body's natural way of releasing excess semen. This suggests that for many, the body has its own regulatory mechanisms. Forcing retention might not always align with our natural physiology. There's also the emotional dimension. For some, practicing retention might foster a sense of self-mastery and control. But for others, it can morph into frustration, anxiety, and an unhealthy preoccupation with sexual tension. And ultimately, the goal should always be to enhance our well-being, not to create new sources of stress. This is where the research gap becomes particularly evident. While there are studies exploring the effects of ejaculation frequency on prostate health, the long-term physiological and psychological impacts of intentional seminal retention are still largely unknown. More rigorous scientific investigation is needed to truly understand the potential benefits and drawbacks of this practice. Still with me? Drop a yes in the comments to let me know you're tuned in. Ultimately, when it comes to the frequency of ejaculation, there's no magic number that applies to everyone. What works wonders for one person might not be suitable for another. The key takeaway is understanding that our bodies are designed to function naturally, and allowing them to do so can yield benefits that extend far beyond immediate gratification. Consider the story of Carlos, who found that a more frequent sexual expression aligned with his overall sense of well-being, both physically and emotionally. Then there's Ben, who discovered that a less frequent approach felt more natural and comfortable for him. Neither is inherently right or wrong. It's about finding what resonates with your individual needs and your body's signals. This leads us to perhaps the most nuanced aspect of this whole discussion, the intricate dance between our body and our mind. What feels good physically might not always align with our mental or emotional state, and vice versa. When we talk about sexual health, this interplay becomes even more delicate. Stress, anxiety, relationship dynamics. All these factors can significantly influence our sexual experiences and our overall well-being. So, as we navigate this fascinating topic, remember that listening to your body, being mindful of your emotional state, and engaging in open and honest communication with yourself and your partner are paramount. There's no need to adhere to arbitrary rules or chase some ideal number. The goal is to find a rhythm that promotes both physical and mental harmony. we've journeyed through the potential benefits of regular ejaculation, particularly for prostate health and emotional well-being. We've also explored the intriguing concept of seminal retention, acknowledging the limited scientific understanding and the importance of individual experience. The truth, as it often is, lies somewhere in the balance, in finding what feels right for you. If you found this exploration insightful, please give this a thumbs up. And for more in-depth content on health and well-being, make sure to subscribe to my channel. I'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences on this topic, so please share your comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.